Hello, I'm Caroline Goyder. I'm a voice coach, public speaker and the author of The Star Qualities. And we're here today in the Piccadilly Theatre because I'm going to be passing on some top tips for confidence, speaking well and making a really great impression. How to project your voice. Now, this is a really important question, particularly for actors. If you're having to fill a theatre or to make a film where your voice needs to be centred and powerful, then you really do need to know how the voice works. And the first thing I would say is it's really worth seeing a good voice coach if you need these skills. A few sessions with someone who really knows what they're doing is a toolkit that you can take away and use for the rest of your life. But it's worth going over a few of the key principles of projecting your voice. The first thing you've got to know is that projecting the voice is really not about the throat. The throat, the larynx, is really just a channel for sound, and actually the power of your voice and your sound comes from your lungs, your diaphragm and the intercostal muscles, and you really have to know what they're up to if you're going to have a projected powerful voice. It's not enough just to think you can push it from the throat. As soon as we start pushing the voice from the throat, the sound becomes really thin and tight and pressured, and if you're doing stage work or if you're performing regularly, you can guarantee that after a while your voice will get sore and you'll start to lose it, and that's a really dangerous thing to get into. So any kind of performance work, you must be doing a voice warm-up, and you must make sure that you're looking after your voice. I'm going to give you a few tips to help. The voice is a little bit like a guitar. Your body is the frame of the guitar, the string is your larynx, and then the hitter for the string is your breath. So as your breath leaves your body, it hits the larynx and the larynx vibrates, and that's what produces sound. Most of your body vibrates with the sound, but particularly above your neck, you get what is called resonance. Now, if you want to produce a resonant projected sound, you really have to make sure, first up, that your posture is good. What's called your head-neck relationship has to be aligned. So if you stick your head forward like that, you're instantly putting pressure on the larynx, and that is going to cause trouble for you. So go and see an Alexander teacher, go to Pilates classes, do yoga, and keep checking in with your posture, in particular the relationship between your head and your neck. We don't want you to look like a chicken. The next thing to think about is what your muscles are doing that let the air out of your body. And the muscles that are really important are the stomach, the ribs, the intercostal muscles, and also the diaphragm, which is a big sheet of muscle that sits beneath your rib cage. And a couple of things that will help you with that. I want you just to put a hand on your stomach, right down below your tummy button, and I want you to let the breath go, blow out a candle, then wait for the breath in. I want that breath to fill your tummy, and then you're going to blow out on a shh. And it's a bit like squeezing a tube of toothpaste with your breath. And I want you to do that one more time, and this time we're going to rev, like a motorbike. Shh. Now when you project on stage, those muscles are really squeezing your voice out when you're speaking. And then as you breathe in, those muscles release to let the air in. Your lungs fill up with air, and everything in your body is moved down by the lungs filling up. The next thing to think about is your intercostal muscles. These are the muscles, they're like spare ribs in a way, they're the muscles between your rib cage. And if you put your hands on your ribs, and I want you just to breathe out first, then let the breath in and fill up the ribs like a bellows. And then again we're going to go shh. And you can feel your breath squeezing out. Try that one more time, we're going to rev. Shh. So you can feel you've got your stomach muscles, you've got your ribs, you've also got your diaphragm to support you. So these are called the muscles of support because they're helping, almost like a lift. They're taking your voice out of the body and taking it up and up and up and squeezing it out of you. And the diaphragm is crucial. If you put your thumb, you can feel where your ribs are, they separate. Put your thumb just where the ribs separate and give it a bit of a squeeze, and you can feel that there's something a bit squishy. That's the front of your diaphragm. Now in most people that's really tense. we sit in offices, we get stressed on public transport, and our diaphragm and our shoulders end up round our ears, all kind of bunched up. Now you can hear, as soon as I tense my shoulders and I tense my diaphragm, everything in my voice is tight and pushed. And if I try and project like that, then my voice is thin. And also if I do it too much, I'll lose my voice. So what you've got to really do is get the diaphragm to relax. And you can do it by massaging. You can also simply do it by resting a hand on the upper part of your stomach. Same thing, breathing out. And then let the breath in and just feel that part of your hand move away from your spine. So it's imagining that you've got a balloon in your stomach, and as you breathe in, that balloon relaxes. The simplest way to think about it is that the breath goes, as you breathe in, the breath goes down the center of the body and sideways, and as you breathe out, as you speak, the breath goes together and up. So just try that one more time. Breath goes in, and then as you speak, the breath goes out. And your voice is balancing on this column of air that gives you power. So to sum up, if you really want to project your voice, it takes practice. You have to work the muscles of exhalation, and you have to ensure that your posture is good. A little bit of daily practice, even 15 minutes, will make a huge difference. And it's worth seeing a good Alexander teacher, a good Pilates teacher, and a good voice coach at least once, just to give you some core exercises that you can practice every day. But stick with it, because it does make a difference. So that's how to project your voice.